The rhythmic hum of the chronometric receiver filled my lab, a sound that was once music to my ears, now a constant, nagging reminder of my obsession. Static crackled, then a voice, distorted and faint, whispered through the speakers, "Don't. Shut the door." Must be a malfunction, I muttered to myself, fiddling with the dials. Marjorie, my ever-patient assistant, watched me with a frown. "It's the third time this week, Professor. You need sleep," she said, her voice laced with concern. "This project is consuming you." "Nonsense, Marjorie," I said, dismissing her worries. "This is bigger than both of us. Imagine. Communication with the future. The possibilities." Dreams plagued me those nights. Vivid glimpses of my late wife, her beautiful face contorted by fear. "Don't shut the door, my love." Her voice, the one I yearned to hear again, whispered through the fog of sleep. It was a recurring motif, haunting my waking hours. I dug through my notes, desperate for an explanation. Then, I found it, tucked away in a hidden compartment of my desk. A note scribbled by my wife years ago, the words ink-stained and faded. "There are things in this world best left unopened." The chilling message from the receiver, the recurring dream, my wife's final note, all intertwined, forming a terrifying puzzle. Mr. Cartwright, my ever-pragmatic patron, arrived the next day, seeking progress reports. He'd invested heavily in my research, expecting profitable applications, not cryptic messages from the void. "Professor," he said, his voice sharp with impatience, "when will we see tangible results?" I barely looked up. The receiver was crackling again, the voice stronger, more desperate. "Don't shut the door." A storm, relentless and furious, began to batter the lab, a symphony of wind and rain, a deafening roar that threatened to tear the building apart. The humming from the receiver intensified, a low, pulsating throb that vibrated through the floorboards. Then, a new sound, a metallic scraping, a groaning as if something immense was pushing against the heavy oak door of my lab. As the storm reached its peak, the receiver emitted a final, chilling message. "Don't shut the door." My heart pounded with a dread I'd never known. It hit me with the force of a physical blow. The storm wasn't a coincidence. It was a distraction, a veil for something far more sinister. My late wife's hauntingly beautiful face, her eyes filled with terror, flashed before my eyes. The words echoed in my mind. "Don't shut the door." The door began to tremble, the scraping sound growing louder. It was happening. What lurked beyond that door, I couldn't even begin to imagine. But one thing was certain. I would not let it in. For my wife, for myself, I would stand my ground. No matter the cost.